England were just minutes away from reaching the FIFA World Cup final. The fans could already taste history. The players could almost hear the final whistle. Anthony Gordon's brilliant finish had put England ahead, and for nearly half an hour, it looked like Thomas Tuchel's side had finally broken the curse that has haunted them for decades. But then, Lionel Messi happened. One magical adjustment, one tactical mistake, and one unforgettable comeback changed everything. How did England let a World Cup semi-final slip away? Why did one tactical decision completely change the game? And how did Messi once again prove why so many call him the greatest footballer of all time? Let's break down every key moment. From the opening whistle, this never looked like a normal soccer match. This was a battle between two football giants carrying completely different pressures. England were chasing their first World Cup title in generations, while Argentina were defending their crown and hoping to send Lionel Messi into another World Cup final. The atmosphere inside the stadium was electric. Tens of thousands of Argentina supporters filled the stands with non-stop chants, while England's fans believed this could finally be the year their long wait would end. From the very first minute, both teams understood exactly what was at stake. Neither side wanted to make the first mistake. Instead of attacking recklessly, they focused on winning every tackle, every loose ball, and every midfield battle. The intensity was incredible. Argentina pressed aggressively whenever England had possession. England answered with physical defending and disciplined positioning. It wasn't pretty football. It was knockout football. Every challenge mattered. Every pass carried pressure. Every player knew one mistake could end their World Cup dream. The first half produced very few clear chances, but that didn't mean the match lacked excitement. Jordan Pickford stayed alert whenever Argentina threatened. England's back line remained organized despite constant pressure. Meanwhile, Harry Kane dropped deeper to help build attacks, while Morgan Rogers and Anthony Gordon tried stretching Argentina's defense with runs behind the back line. Neither team wanted to overcommit. The game became a tactical chess match. Every movement had a purpose. Every substitution plan was already being prepared long before halftime. As the second half began, England slowly started finding more confidence. Their pressing became sharper. Their passing became quicker. Suddenly Argentina weren't controlling possession as comfortably as before. England began forcing mistakes higher up the field. Then came the breakthrough. In the 55th minute, Morgan Rogers produced one of the passes of the tournament. Spotting Anthony Gordon making a perfectly timed run, Rogers curled an incredible ball behind Argentina's defense. The timing was flawless. The weight of the pass was perfect. Gordon stayed just onside, took one calm touch, and guided the ball into the far corner. Goal! England erupted. The bench exploded. The fans inside the stadium lost their minds. David Beckham celebrated wildly in the stands. For the first time all night, England could actually see the World Cup final. Everything they had worked for suddenly felt within reach. It was the perfect moment. But sometimes, scoring first can actually change a team's mentality. Instead of continuing to attack, England slowly began protecting their lead. The confidence that had helped create the goal slowly turned into caution. Argentina immediately noticed. They started committing more players forward. Their midfield pushed higher. Their fullbacks became more aggressive. The pressure slowly began building. Wave after wave. Attack after attack. England were no longer controlling possession. Instead, they found themselves defending deeper and deeper inside their own half. To their credit, the defenders threw themselves in front of everything. Jet Spence produced an outstanding last-ditch tackle that looked certain to prevent a goal. Jordan Pickford made another important save. Every block, every clearance, every interception kept England alive. But something had changed. The momentum no longer belonged to England. And one man was quietly studying every weakness. Lionel Messi. At first, England managed to keep him relatively quiet. But the longer the game continued, the more space he started finding. Rather than staying in central areas where England had numbers, Messi drifted toward the right side of the field. He wasn't running constantly. He wasn't chasing defenders. He was waiting, watching, calculating. He knew exactly where the space would eventually appear. Every time Argentina recycled possession, Messi found himself receiving the ball with just a little more freedom than before. England were still leading, but anyone watching closely could feel something changing. The defending champions weren't panicking. They weren't forcing impossible passes. Instead, they kept believing. They kept attacking. They kept trusting that eventually one opportunity would come. England, meanwhile, continued dropping deeper. Rather than trying to score a second goal, they focused almost entirely on protecting the first. Against many teams, that strategy might have worked. Against Lionel Messi, every extra yard of space becomes dangerous. Every second on the ball becomes an opportunity. And Argentina were beginning to smell blood. The pressure was building. The crowd inside the stadium could feel it. England's supporters nervously checked the clock, hoping time would disappear faster. Argentina's fans only grew louder with every attack. The semifinal had completely changed. England still had the lead, but the game no longer belonged to them. And with Messi now finding pockets of space all over the right side, it felt like something unforgettable was about to happen. As the clock continued ticking, England's players could feel the pressure growing with every passing minute. The crowd had completely changed. Argentina's supporters were louder than ever. Every successful pass was celebrated. Every attack brought another wave of belief. England still had the lead, but mentally, they were hanging on. Then came the moment that completely changed the semifinal. Lionel Messi received the ball near the right side, exactly where he had been drifting throughout the second half. Instead of forcing a difficult shot, he slowed the game down. One touch, a quick glance, then another perfectly weighted pass that sliced through England's defensive line. The move caught England completely off balance. The ball reached Enzo Fernandez, who timed his run perfectly before calmly finishing past Jordan Pickford. Goal. The stadium exploded. Argentina were level. Within seconds, everything England had worked so hard to protect disappeared. One goal had completely changed the emotional balance of the match. England looked stunned. Argentina suddenly looked unstoppable. That is the effect great players have. They don't always dominate from the opening whistle. Sometimes they simply wait, study the game, then punish one small mistake. Messi had spent nearly 30 minutes reading England's defensive shape. When the opportunity finally appeared, he didn't miss it. Now the momentum belonged entirely to Argentina. England tried responding immediately. Thomas Tuchel urged his players higher up the field. Harry Kane pushed forward. Jude Bellingham demanded more possession. Substitutions added fresh legs. But chasing the game is very different from protecting a lead. Argentina sensed England's frustration. Instead of panicking, they remained calm. Every pass carried confidence. Every touch slowed England's momentum. The defending champions were now controlling the tempo. Messi continued finding space between England's midfield and defense. Every time he touched the ball, England collapsed around him. That only created more room for his teammates. Then came the decisive moment. Argentina recovered possession in midfield before launching another quick attack. Messi collected the ball just outside the penalty area. 3 England defenders immediately moved toward him. Exactly what he wanted. Rather than trying to beat everyone himself, Messi slipped another brilliant pass into space. The timing was perfect. The run was perfect. And Argentina finished the move with ruthless precision. 2-1. Argentina completed the comeback. Silence. England's fans stood frozen. Some couldn't believe what they had just witnessed. Just 20 minutes earlier, they had been dreaming about another World Cup final. Now they were staring at elimination. Football can change in seconds. And that is exactly why the World Cup creates moments nobody ever forgets. England threw everything forward during the closing minutes. Long balls, crosses, set pieces. Every attack carried desperation. Harry Kane nearly created one final opportunity inside the penalty area. Jude Bellingham kept fighting until the very last whistle. Jordan Pickford even urged teammates forward whenever England earned a late corner. But Argentina defended with incredible discipline. Every clearance brought them one step closer. Every tackle pushed England further away from the final. Then, the referee looked at his watch. One final whistle echoed around the stadium. Argentina's bench exploded with emotion. Players sprinted across the field to celebrate together. Lionel Messi raised both arms before embracing his teammates. Another World Cup final. Another unforgettable chapter in one of football's greatest careers. For England, the pain was impossible to hide. Several players dropped to the grass in disbelief. Harry Kane stared silently toward the pitch. Jude Bellingham looked devastated. Thomas Tuchel applauded his players, knowing how close they had come. This defeat will hurt for a long time. Not because England played badly. In many moments, they were outstanding. Their organization was excellent. Their defending was courageous. Anthony Gordon's goal was brilliantly created. For nearly an hour, England looked capable of eliminating the defending champions. But against teams like Argentina, small moments decide everything. One lapse in concentration. One tactical adjustment. One magical pass from Lionel Messi. That was all it took. After the match, football fans around the world praised England's effort despite the heartbreaking result. Many believed this young squad had proven they can compete with the very best teams in the world. At the same time, Argentina once again reminded everyone why champions are so difficult to eliminate. Even when they struggle, even when they trail, they never stop believing. And with Lionel Messi leading by example, they continue finding ways to create history. Whether this becomes another unforgettable World Cup triumph or simply another legendary chapter in Messi's incredible career, one thing is certain. Fans will remember this semi-final for years to come. Not because of controversy,